Jackie here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing a sketch for One Sketch 3 Ways for October 2025. This sketch is the 5th one on the 30 Days of Sketches, and it's designed by Kirstin Lippleman and Scrapping Sleepy. I'll leave a link to her YouTube and Instagram in the description box below. Now, on her sketch, it looks like she's done washi tape, but I'm going to use strips of pattern paper. So I'm using Vicki Boutin's Where To Next collection, and I'm just going to go through and find any offcuts or strips of pattern paper that I can use in place of the washi tape elements. I won't show you everything. So what I've done, I cut them down to 3/4 of an inch in length, and some of the lengths are 3/4 inch width, and then lengthwise they're either 3 inches or 3.5 inches. I do make some of them smaller, as you'll see as I'm going further along in this process video. So I'm just going to cut them down. I won't show you the whole process here. And what I also do as well is I distress the long edge of each of the strips. I don't do the top and bottom because I'll show you what I'm going to do in a minute with them. So for this month in October, me, Helen and Sarah are going to try our best to use some of the sketches from 30 Days of Sketches. I'll leave a link to that Facebook group as well in the description box below. So this one is the first one we're using, and it's appropriate that it's for today as well. So here I am, just adding some lightly distressing just the sides of the length of each of my strips of pattern paper. And those are the 2 photographs I'm using, are from our recent cruise, and we just on the balcony, just watching the world go by, or the sea go by as it is, and it was just a beautiful evening just before we went down for our evening meal. So here I am adding the strips of pattern paper to my cardstock. So as you can see, the first one, I cut it diagonal at the bottom. So what I'm going to do is some of them I'm going to leave them straight flat, and others, like that one, the blue one, I am just going to cut a shape off in the bottom. So it's either going to be a slant, like that one, slanting to the left or slanting to the right, or I'm going to add a pennant in the bottom of it. And like I said, I will go along the length of my cardstock, and I'll just adjust the size of the length of each strip as I go along. And like I said, I won't show you everything I do on this, but you'll see this is how I've started it, and you'll see the results in a minute. And then I do the same for the bottom cluster. The sketch is in the top left hand corner, so you can see how I am adhering to the sketch as much as I can. And how I've changed, well, not changed it up, I've not changed it up, I think I've actually followed the sketch to the letter, really. The only thing I've not done is add the journaling, as it says on the sketch on the left hand side in that blank space. I will be adding the journaling, but I've not done it when I've taken the final photographs. So there's my strips of paper all securely stuck down, and I'm just going to trim the edges off of the ones that have overhanging at the end, at the top and at the bottom. And so there's my base paper and my 2 photographs. Now I know that I'm going to be using one of the puffy alphabet phrase stickers for this collection, so I've just used this black, which are black, so I've just used this black pattern paper just to give as one of the layers around both photographs. And I'm going to trim it down, just leave a small border, and then add it to the sunburst paper you can see on the right hand side, and I'm gonna make it into, well, it looks like a frame, like the sketch, but it obviously it's not. It's just using pattern paper. It just gives the bottom edge about, I think it's about an inch, maybe inch and a half in depth on the bottom edge, just to so it looks like it's a frame. Now, before I add my photograph, I'm going to add some 3D foam pads to the back, again, just to give it some definition on my paper. And I do that to both photographs, the photograph of me and the photograph of James. And then I trim them down. I trim both of them down on this yellow sunburst paper. So you do get to see, the edges are just slight border, but you do get to see the yellow sunburst bit at the bottom. So that's the two photographs trimmed down. And I'm going to position them like that, so they're slightly offset as they are on the sketch. And I've also found this globe. And like I said, we were on the cruise, and we were just on the balcony, just thinking, this is great. And we were just sitting there, we were just standing there waiting and watching the seagulls by. It was a beautiful evening, and it was our first evening on the actual cruise. So at the bottom left, I have added the phrase that says, take a photo. It's something I just said to James, oh, take a photo. And then, I thought it's appropriate because we just took photographs. So I'm going to stick these two pieces down now, two photographs, down. And then I've added 3D foam on the reverse of the globe. So that, again, gives it a bit more texture and definition on my page. I'm just going to put these down slightly overlapping the left and both of them I've put the photographs at a slight angle as well. They're not straight on my page. Now I'm just going to go through my Emperor Pike and see what I can find. I think I've left quite a bit of this in where I've messed around with, I'll have that and I'll have that. And then you'll notice at the end, half of the things that I thought I was going to put on don't appear. I just changed my mind. So yes, I've left quite a bit of it in. So I was going to put that yellow journaling tag at the left hand side and add the journaling there, but I didn't. I took it off. I just thought it was a bit too big for my page and what I wanted. And then I just went through and just trying to find some little bits and pieces. I pulled out a lot of little phrase stickers. I think there was like beautiful, amazing, the best, things like that I thought, I'm going to use those around my page. Again, they didn't. So here I am. I've just taken everything off the page and I'm going to start to assemble it all. So I found this little half cut of a journaling tag, so I've just added that to the right hand side, again putting the globe into position over the right hand side again, and then I'm going to add my title. So I've put my title I've chosen, it says today was fun. Can't get my words out today. It's an older collection, so they didn't really stick down. So I do end up adding some Nouveau Deluxe glue to the back just to make sure that they are stuck down properly. So I've just positioned them underneath my two photographs. And then I add some Nouveau Deluxe glue to stick those down. And then I go back to my embellishing. And I do add some tags. And you'll see in a minute, on the left-hand side, on the photograph of me on the left-hand side, I do add two label stickers. And I end up covering them over, but you'll see that in a minute. So I'm just going to add this Nouveau glue to the back of the fun word and stick that down underneath the photograph of James. While I'm doing that and waiting to catch up on what I'm doing, please don't forget to go and check out Helen and Sarah's videos for this, using this sketch. The links will be to the video channels will be in the description box below. And also come and join us over on our Facebook page. Again, another link will be on description box below to our Facebook page, One Sketch 3 Ways. So I'm just going through here the chipboard sheet, and as you can see, because the chipboard, because the the collection is an older collection, some of the chipboard is staying on the plastic sheet. So I'm just going to add it with some Nouveau Deluxe glue, add the words down, the titles down with this Nouveau Deluxe glue. So the first one I added was This Is Really Awesome. Let's just add it underneath the title. And then I found another one that says Best Experience. And I think I start to put it up at the top of the page, top of the photographs. I was going to put it there. And then I decided to put it down the left-hand side of the photograph. So here I'm just adding some little labels that are in the kit. That was in, no, these are from the printables that Sarah had done for her little magpie, and I just cut them down and put them with all the my Emperor in this bag. So those, I'm just adding these labels to the side, to the left hand side. And then I realised that I'd already got out a rosette that says Love This, which I wanted to put on that left hand side, top of the left hand side photograph, which corresponds with the sketch, where it's got a cluster at the top of the left hand side photograph. So I'll just position that things down that says Best Experience. Then I realised that I've got the Love This element to go up the top. So luckily enough, it wasn't stuck down fully. So I was able just to remove the 3D foam pad and add that to the top of the cluster. And again, like I said, covering up those labels. Well, that's okay. Sorry. And then I am going to add this Best Experience to the bottom underneath. This Is Really Awesome. And then I try and figure out what else I am going to put around the page. I found some little tags that I had to cut apart, so I'm just all punching them. So I'm going to add those to the top left hand side of the page and add some a charm and some twine going down the page. I'm just going to stick them together and then put them at the top. I do add 3D foam, a 3D foam pad to the underneath again, just to give it a bit more dimension. I was just trimming out, it had a white border around there. I was just trimming the white border off there. So that'll go at the top of the page at the left hand side. And I'm trying to figure out what else I want to put down. So I can't think of anything else. So yes, so please come over to our Facebook group and check out how we work on these sketches. We all work differently with the sketches, even though the sketches are very standardised. We do all see different things of it. So here's a few close-ups. I put a label with the date on. I've got a chipboard clip at the top, and I've added a few gold spots from the chipboard sheet. So here's the sketch as well. So thank you very much for stopping by. Please like, subscribe to my channel. And like I said, don't forget to go and check out Sarah and Ellen's take on this sketch, and also check out all the other sketches for 30 Days of Sketches. All the links will be in the description box below, and I hope you can join us over on One Sketch 3 Ways Facebook group. Thank you for now. Bye.